needs to be as transparent as humanly possible, because your role as a CEO is to keep things running smoothly, but also have an eye for the future, which I'm sure you're good at in other areas, like the Pacific Medical Association that you've come from, PMA, who I believe are a major shareholder of when it comes to Moana Pasifika. And then you have these other entities who were created to give services to Moana Pasifika under false pretenses in some instances.
And Joey, was that, sorry to interrupt, and was that Sorensen, because all I read was Sorensen had a daughter who had another entity that she worked for, or
Yeah, that's
she
right.
was a nurse, she was a nurse, and that it was her husband or partner.
Yeah, that's right. So that's the services I'm talking about, where the daughter in this instance is someone who, they can't prove that she went through a due process to be selected as the provider of that service.
Right.
So
there's a conflict of interest in, with the mother.
That in itself is a conflict of interest, no matter how you look at it. Because when your daughter is the provider of that service, and her husband are the provider of that service, then questions have to be asked. Was there a selection process that took place for them to win that bid, and who else was involved in it? And if you can't prove it, then questions have to be asked of the person who approved it. And unfortunately, in this case, it's Debbie Sorensen. And, it seems to be one of a few cases of mismanagement and things of that level. And these are serious things, especially when you've got a community team who the people love and the people want to follow, and then it's captained by a leader like Ari Savea, who's been brought in to galvanize and mobilize the people and bring them together. And then at the end of the season, which was a great season for Moana results-wise, you have these kind of things happen. Unfortunately, it doesn't bode well for Moana Pasifika as an organization, and it doesn't bode well for their future either. We'll see what happens, what unfolds. That's what it looks like from a corporate perspective. It doesn't look good at all. I just see it as someone who's a spectator, someone who looks at it from the outside in. I see it as just an age-old case of the corporates now looking at us as a people and painting us all with the same brush, that, we're just coconuts who say yes to anything and don't know how to run a